JJ Redick to Boston. It has a nice ring to it, but will it happen? Mariah, Janos, and Bobby Manning here. Bobby, the idea of Redick coming to Boston, pretty intriguing, but if you really look at his numbers this season, they certainly could be better. He's only made just shy of 30% of his triples per game so far, and that's a career low for him. Is he worth the trade?
He could be, ultimately, if they ended up going in that direction. I would tend to doubt it because of the fact that he's 36, makes $13 million. So if you ended up using the TPE on that, that's about half the TPE right there. Knocks out the chance of picking up someone who makes more money or is more valuable down the line. So you'd essentially be splitting it at that point between two role players. And if we think about the Celtics' needs, they have shooting. They've been one of the best shooting teams in the league so far this year. Their wings off the bench aren't exceptional, but they'll knock down open shots, as we've seen with Javonte Green and Semi Ojeleye and others here. It's a great name. It's exciting. It drums up a bunch of conversation as we're doing here. And for the Pelicans' part, I think it could drive up the prices for a team like Brooklyn or Philadelphia, these other teams that could possibly look at him right now. But you're right. He's shooting 29% this year. He's not a guy who defends, rebounds, passes all that well. He's a catch and shoot guy who's not doing that right now. So ultimately, you would just be picking up a rental if he doesn't improve, if he doesn't turn that around, who might not even be able to play all that much when this team's fully healthy. So I don't think that's the way to go. I think it's still worth being patient with that TP, but ultimately you do have to use it at some point here. It's just, it doesn't last forever. They need help this year. I'm just not sure Redick's the right guy.
So if you had your pick, who should they use it on?
There's been a million different names thrown around. I like the idea of LaMarcus Aldridge possibly. At this point, I think they're going to have to look at possible ways to move on from Tristan Thompson if it keeps going the way it has with him so far. And so would you bring another depth big in here with that? I don't know about that necessarily because Tice and Rob Williams have played so well. I think you got to look at a wing here, and there's plenty of intriguing ones. Aaron Gordon's name has been thrown around a bunch, but he actually just got hurt. He's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. I'm trying to think of some other names out there. It's tough right now. Every team in the NBA feels like they're in contention. I think 20 teams are within 4 games of 500. There's 10 teams making the playoffs in each conference this year. So it's going to be hard to find a guy who is a slam dunk there. It's ultimately going to be a bench guy, I would think, a depth wing. And it might not come up until next off season, ultimately, if they don't feel like they can make a great deal here. But I love the idea of Gordon because I think you can throw multiple first-round picks at Orlando, maybe 2 or 3, not give up any players of value, and get back a great wing who defends, who could help you on that end of the floor and can grow for years to come with this team. I think that's the kind of guy you look for with the TP, not a rental, but someone who can help the team for a couple of years.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens there. For all of our Celtics coverage, head to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel.